Hello everybody and welcome back to Sunshine Islands. It is fall day 24 today, which brings us to the Rice Festival. To kill some time before the festival that starts at 10 a.m., there's just a few little things that I'm going to cover. The first of which was that I had asked Ganon yesterday to put a cheese maker in for me. I paid the 10 pieces of adamantite and the $20,000 to get that installed. So we now have one machine to handle something for each of our animals. So we have the cheese maker to handle our milk, we have the mayonnaise maker to handle our eggs, and we have the yarn maker to handle our wool. So we basically now have the opportunity to max out our profits on our animal products. And milk is unique because there's actually several different makers that you can get to turn milk into different things. We also have the yogurt maker and the butter maker to install as well, but I thought that the cheese maker would be a good start. And I've actually gone ahead and pulled out half of the milk that I was storing in my fridge, and we're just going to pop all that into the maker and get started on using it 100 times for our sunstone. It rained yesterday, so all the animals are inside. I'll have to bring them all outdoors. I haven't done any farm work, obviously, today. But I'm not going to worry too much about it. What I do want to do is just briefly go over the cat minigame, because we got the cat a little while ago and I kind of just, I guess, breezed over it. I didn't really go into any great detail because of course we've been taking care of pets for quite some time, and taking care of the cat is no different than looking after the dog. You know, you pick it up to increase its affection. Sometimes you can play the petting mini game. Put it outside when it's sunny, but there is a unique mini game for the cat, and we do also have the cat festival. So I thought today was a good day to go over it, just because we don't have anything really going on before we have to be at the festival for 10 o'clock. So I'm gonna let Mirabelle go over this. It's not very complicated, but she can probably explain it a little bit better than I can. So we basically have to wave a foxtail to have our cat come to us. And then of course, just like every other pet festival, the winner will be declared based upon the amount of time that it takes for your cat to get to you. All of the pet-based festivals seem to be based on time. So you would slide the stylus back and forth to wave the foxtail around, which would get the cat to come over to you, to get its attention, basically. It'll be easier if you wave the foxtail when the cat is facing you. So yeah, you just wave it. You can see there that it's not paying attention to me at all, but eventually it will. Stop waving it when the cat notices you. And when you have its attention, you need to wave it only when it looks interested. Cats are fickle, so it'll change its mood pretty often. An exclamation point over its head means that your cat is interested, which means that it will come to you. And 3 dots over its head means that your cat is not interested. When you see an exclamation point, you can get your cat interested by waving the foxtail. It's interested, so it's coming closer. But if you shake the foxtail when your cat's not interested, it actually goes in the other direction, So yeah. Only wave the foxtail when you see an exclamation point. So I guess that's kind of like red light, green light, is kind of how I would describe this. This is a little tricky with the mouse, I'm not gonna lie. It's kind of hard to get my mouse to stop moving before it gets disinterested. You'll get faster once you get the hang of it. Touch the cat when you see a music note above its head to get it to jump to you. The timing's tough, so it'll take some practice. The higher your friendship with your cat, the easier it is to get it interested. Building your friendship with your cat is the key to winning. You can see your time in the top right corner of the touchscreen. So all you can really do is raise your cat's affection and just practice, really. I do find the cats minigame is by far the most difficult of the 3 pets. And I can't recall if I've ever actually even won a single time, to tell you the truth, because I either get the cat too late or I just can't get the hang of the minigame. So it'll be interesting, because there's been a few of these mini games that have been a little bit easier with a mouse, but then there's been a few of them that have been a little bit more difficult with a mouse, and it actually requires the stylus to do it, because I feel like the stylus is a little more precise. But anyways, that's just my 2 cents. I guess I can probably let the animals out. I don't know how many more days it's gonna rain. I haven't actually gone ahead and checked the weather ahead of time. Remembering, of course, that we can only put our fully grown animals out here. We cannot put our new sheep or our new cow outside just yet because they're still too young. Too young and too vulnerable. They need to be kept inside. But they should be grown up probably by the middle of winter, I would say. If I had to wager a guess. So they won't be babies for long. Unfortunately, the wintertime is not the best season to let animals outside. It is possible, but there is a lot of snow. And I can always do my milking and such later on. Basically just trying to kill some time here. But I should feed them because I have a really bad tendency to say, oh yeah, right, I'm gonna come back and do this later, and then I will often remember, but then there's every once in a while that I just don't get around to it. And I would hate to remember to feed my adult, or to milk my adult cow, but to forget to feed the small baby animals. That would be pretty horrible. I'd feel pretty bad about that. So we'll make sure that they have food. And then of course we also paid Ganon to put in an additional feeder into the chicken coop. So we will be buying an animal from Mirabelle after the festival is over. We've got just a little bit of time here before we can actually head on over that way. So I'm gonna go and water my grape trees. I'm a little annoyed because the grape trees, in comparison to every other tree, is simply just taking forever to grow. I have every other tree in my orchard actually grown. As you can see, they're all fully grown, which is fantastic. And I've got a variety of trees here. I've got apples, I've got oranges, I've got peaches, I've got bananas, and all of them have all grown, even when I've planted them later than the grape trees. So I haven't planted that third grape tree in the last empty spot in my orchard just because they're such a pain. I don't know if I want to actually put another grape tree in, or if I'd rather kind of put something else in. Either way, I think with the amount of trees that we have and the way that I've divvied up the orchard itself, I think we have enough to get the 100 fruits in each season fairly evenly. So I'm gonna head on over to the festival now. This is a brand new festival. We've never seen the rice festival before. We unlocked it once we shipped some of the stuff that we had grown in the rice paddy. Now there isn't much to this festival, and it's kind of unfortunate because there's no way for us to win any type of wonderful, and I don't even think that we get a huge increase to friendship or anything like that simply by hosting this festival. But we will get some food at the end of it, which I guess is sort of nice. And we have a really great turnout here. We've got a lot of characters coming, which is great. They're probably all here because they want free food. So when you're ready, you can talk to Taro. It looks so good. This was made with Nick's rice. This is all thanks to you, Nick. Now let's eat. We've got leftovers. We'll just have to take them home. Here's your share. I didn't know my rice would be such a hit. I need to work hard for next year too. Yeah, that was it. That was a whole minute of festival. So we got to bring home 11 rice balls. And I believe the item that you get from the festival is dependent on how much rice that you ship. So obviously the rice ball is kind of the starter item if you ship a low amount of rice. And you can also get fried rice as the mid-range food item, or tempura rice as the, I guess, most shipped rice food item that you will get from the festival. So that's pretty much it. We get some free food, and I do believe it restored our fullness bar up completely. Now we're gonna go to Mirabelle's. She should be open because it's a Sunday today. I had Ganon put in the extra food box so that we could come here after the festival and we could buy another chicken. So we're gonna pay the $1,500 and just buy another chicken outright. And for this one, I am going to name it Fran from Final Fantasy XII. Alright. And I will probably reserve my last 2 spaces in my current barn for the next type of chicken that becomes available. I would like to have a little bit of variety, and it would be nice to just get a different type of chicken in there as well. So I probably won't get any more chickens until we unlock the next species. Because variety is really fun, and we get a unique type of egg from that chicken as well, so... Oh, yeah. Sorry, my bad. Can't pick up the chicken. I got too many things in my hands. So let's put this little guy outside right away with the others. I guess I could probably think about making the enclosure a little bit bigger, or at this point I could probably make it a little fancier. I could put the material stone out rather than just put out a bunch of rocks, but it's been working for me so far. And tomorrow's going to be sunny. Thank goodness I didn't just put all my animals out there for no good reason. That would have been silly on my part to not check the weather first. And because we have a little bit of time left in this video, I'm actually going to once again reload another save that I have. So when I was playing yesterday on fall day 23, it was a rainy day, and I had looked up Chelsea's Blue Heart event, which just so happens to take place only on a rainy day. So it was a perfect opportunity for me to make a save so that we can trigger her event and see what that's like before I lost the opportunity to do so. So I'm going to go ahead and load. I'm right in front of Chen's shop. You can trigger this event with Chelsea in between 3 p.m. and 6 p.m. on a rainy day, and of course it cannot be Friday because Chen's store is closed on Friday. Oh, good morning. Out shopping, Nick? There's nothing I want in particular, but Chen's store has so many things that it's fun to just look. I'm glad you're interested in my products. I spend a lot of time hand-selecting the best items to stock. I can tell how much effort you put into your store just by looking around. It must be fun to run a store like this one. I'd love to try it someday. That does sound like fun. You think so too? I knew you'd feel the same. Would you like to take over this store? I'll bet you'd get a lot of customers. I'll think about it after I achieve my dream of becoming a rancher. I'm looking forward to it. I like Chelsea. She's very positive and she's very goal-oriented, and she's a sweetheart, I guess is the best way to put it. She's just very, very nice. If Chelsea wants to take the shop over, she'll have to compete with Charlie. Yeah, that's a good point. Alright, so there's that. I'm just gonna go back to my house now because I really had nothing else substantial to talk about. I've got a few more days to play in between, and we are very, very quickly wrapping up the fall season. So just a reminder once again to place your vote in the Bachelorette poll if you haven't already done so. I will be leaving a link to the poll either in a pinned comment or in the description below. Please let me know which Bachelorette you would like me to marry, and hopefully I will have those results for everybody come wintertime. Thank you all so very much for watching, and I hope that I will see you next time.